Grappling 101, How to Avoid Being Bullied on the Mat by Bakari Akil. Okay, so let's go through the intro. This is the bully proof for beginning grapplers. It will help you develop a force field to help shield you from making newbie mistakes. In the first grappling sessions, most of us are usually taught the basics: break falls, the mount, guard, side control, and a few escapes. Yet there are certain techniques and things we should do or not do that will be treated as asides. We learn them as pointers that people will toss in during a roll or at a random moment that not everyone will be privy to. In other words, it is easy to miss out on something that we should know. The advice in Grappling 101 is information that people will not share with you during instruction or drill, but will tell you at the most inopportune moments. There are pointers that everyone should give you on day one, but end up as sporadic pieces of advice, usually shouted out while someone is handing your ass to you. This is not a handbook that shows you step-by-step sequences that will help you wreak havoc in your gym or on the competition mat. Instead, it is grappling theory. It is written with the intention of keeping you from becoming a victim. Theoretically, if you use the advice in this book, it will save you a lot of grief and help you to avoid a lot of needless tapping. The information in Grappling 101 will take months, in some cases years, away from time that would normally be spent as a newbie, then as a rookie. It will keep you from making what someone who is hard on themselves would describe as stupid or silly mistakes. Attention. This book is for beginners. Read this book before you begin grappling. That said, if you have already begun to study submission wrestling, then you probably learned what's in this book the hard way. Yet it is always good to review the basics so all can read Grappling 101. I'm Bakari Akil, and I'll be leading you through this book. Chapter 1. Posture sets our body in the strongest, most powerful position possible, which allows us to generate leverage effectively. Nick Gregoriadis, Roger Gracie, Black Belt. Okay, so the veterans know what is about to follow, but the new guys won't have a clue. Here it is. The first few times after you slap hands to begin a grappling bout, your opponent will look at you as fresh meat that is ready to be served in any type of dish. Of course, they will want to help you, but at varying degrees. The higher the belt, the more guidance you will receive in your initial rolls. But as the rank of the person begins to lessen, or as the height, weight, and muscularity of the new guy increases, that help will decrease substantially. Black, brown, and purple belts are usually in teacher mode with new guys. But with most white belts and many blues, they're trying to build a reputation and a gym win record. So guess what? You are up next in their opponent list. Here's the first tip. It's all about the posture. Most likely, a new person will not start a rolling session standing, but from the knees. Further, you may end up starting in someone's guard, where your opponent's legs are wrapped around you, or vice versa. The person who has you in guard has one initial mission. That mission is to disrupt your balance. There will be a lot of grabbing at your collar, gripping of sleeves, and bridging of hips. But his main focus is to tilt you off kilter. If you allow your rolling buddy to do this, then he will be able to pull you into him, maneuver you into a position to be choked or armbarred, or in worst case scenarios, take your back. A good way to keep this from happening is to maintain an upright posture. But of course, this is easier said than accomplished. However, here are a few tricks you can use to maintain position. First, imagine as if there is a teacup at the top of your head, or act as if you are in a charm school and you had to balance a book on the top of your dome. Under no circumstances should you allow the book or teacup to fall off. Doing this will allow you to naturally maintain posture. That is not the end though, because if you've grappled for any length of time, you know that the pushing, pulling, agitating, and hip bumps by your opponent will never cease. If you stay in guard, eventually your rolling buddy will crack your posture. When this starts to occur, look up straight to the ceiling. Act as if you are an oak tree breaking through the brush. Another way to maintain posture is to think of yourself as a superhero about to take flight when your posture is being broken. Imagine Superman or Iron Man exploding into the stratosphere with their foreheads pointing to the sky and body straight as a rail. Grappling 101 tip. Imagine balancing a teacup on your head when grappling. It will help you maintain posture. When your posture is broken, fight to look up at the ceiling. Act as if you are a superhero rocketing into the atmosphere. This will improve your game immensely.